What's going on, everybody? Landon here with Home Service Business Coach, and as always,
what's up, brother?
Not too much, buddy. How are you doing?
Yeah, good, man. Good weekend, ready to rock.
Yeah, let's go, man. And we got something like, I know we've talked about marketing, 1,000 times already. And why we want to bring this to you is like, we've talked about marketing in the past, but like, what are 3 proven ways? Like organic, paid, doesn't really matter. What are they? And as we go through, we'll kind of rip off that. But Dave, I just want to get kind of maybe your take on marketing. How has it shifted? And you found we're in, April now, this month of 2024. Kind of how has the market shifted from maybe 2023 even?
Yeah, man, it's changed a lot. I mean, I think leads are becoming tougher to gather for home service businesses. I think a lot of our ideal clients are squeezing their dollars a little bit tighter than ever. Interest rates are up. Cost of living is up. People's uncertainty, I'd say, is up too. We've even seen it in my business, right? Clients that traditionally would write us a $1,500 check or run the credit card for $1,500. They're now price shopping our business. And, you know, we've lost some contracts because, hey, we can go with the other guy, the other girl for $500 less. So I think it's a whole new reality. And I think it's a business owner's number one skill right now, in addition to building your team, is building that super highway of leads. So I think this is like a great conversation.
Yeah, absolutely. And are you suspecting that, because it hurts a little bit, right? You know, a person's used you 3-4 years and then they're like, hey, the price, and we understand it, but is this something that is going to be like 2008? We're going to have the 2009, 2010 start to pick up on 2011 and then again, boom, in 2012. Are you seeing that in regards to marketing? Will those clients be coming back?
Yeah, I mean, no crystal ball, but I think this could be in for a period of a few years, where leads are getting more expensive. And I think we're going to see a lot of business owners like throw their hands up, be like, look, this is just too much stress. I'm not great at marketing. I don't have that skill set. And so I'm going to go work for someone else, which is fine. So like, there's going to be a lot of people that fold up shop, but I think there's going to be a few of us that actually use this as an opportunity to really springboard our business.
Yeah, absolutely. I won't even get into private investor and private equity and all that stuff, but let's get into it. So Dave, big fans of calling past clients.
Yep.
Huge. But maybe this is one of the shifts here. What have you noticed as number one, I have no leads on the calendar. What are you doing?
Yeah, and that's another thing is contacting clients is huge, right? Your past customers are gold mine, your past book of business. We've seen, this traditionally will call clients up with the old phone. We're finding now, texting and email is seeming to be more the preferred method of communication. Wow. So much so, we've changed our lead request form that the customer can put in and say, what's your preferred method of contact? Email, text, or phone. I would say 8 out of 10 of those responses are now text and email.
Really? I was going to ask if you had data. Wow.
Big shift. So that's where we're shifting now, going back to our clients through text message and through email. So that's like the easiest low-hanging fruit of these 3 because it's effectively free, right? We use Jobber now. We've used Jobber a long time, but they've now rolled out where you can email your past customers and get them back on the schedule. So this is like the easiest marketing to be doing. And I'd be checking in with your customers minimum on a quarterly basis.
Yeah, I would agree. And like a lot of people are hesitant. I don't know if I should do that. And I'm just going to give you like, from my experience, real simple. Take Fridays, follow up Fridays, right? Did it at Revive, do it to this day. You got to set time aside, right? And it's going to be tedious. You're going to get a kind of blanket script, if you will. You don't have to customize it that much. Insert their name, maybe change one thing in the text. Keep it short, sweet, concise, to the point. Hey, name, Landon with XYZ. Know we did XYZ for you last year. Spring's here. Just want to ensure see if you want to get that taken care of. Like, keep it simple. Like, don't overcomplicate it and be all fancy and stuff, right? What I do, Dave, is you can, would you recommend maybe, because I know my stance on this, are you getting an automated text company and like what is that?
Yeah, there's a few of them. I mean, you want to keep your sales process as human as physically possible. And so, there's a number of text message platforms you can use. Simple texting is one. Easy texting is one where you buy a bunch of credits and then you can message out to your customers. But depending what CRM you're on, you can do it that way as well.
Yep.
And you want to have consent with this too, right? For us, it's going to be different in every area, but for us, when customers fill out their lead request form, there's a space there that says, by filling out your information, we will periodically, send you a deal or an offer or whatever. So we want to be cautious of that. But yeah, the less automated chat body, hey, I'm talking to a chat bot, this feels like, customers can sense that. So you really want to keep it as human as possible, so that people buy from who they know, like, and trust. Like, they're not going to know, like, and trust a robot or a bot.
Yeah, I agreed. And like this kind of it comes into like your highest priority task that you can do is getting work on the schedule. It's one of the things that drives business, right? With texting a client, that's where I'll take the hit for time and do that personally so that I have it right on my phone as well too. And the reply rate I found using an automated text bot of some kind or myself is much, much higher because people are getting wise to it now too. So emailing, maybe we'll switch on that too. 8 out of 10 are texting. Crazy. Great to know for everybody listening. Calling takes a lot of time. Leaving voicemail takes a lot of time, right? 2 seconds versus 60 seconds, right, to leave a voicemail. Emails
are great. I mean, the issue I have with emails is, email has changed over the years. We're getting a lot of messages that are ending up in our junk mail, in our promotions tab, right?
Yep.
And that can be kind of a tough thing for a marketer as well. So I think it's either and, like text and or email. You want to find a way electronically that you can touch base with your customers in the most personal method. Now, I'm not a big fan of monthly email send outs. Let me tell you how to clean your window. Like, I don't care how to clean my window screens. I really don't. I just want to make sure
that's where they're hiring you, though.
That's the thing. Yeah. So to send out these DIY tips, like, this isn't 2004. I think people just want to hit the easy button and get it done. So for us, we've just found our ideal avatar customers like to hear from us 4 times per year. And we go through an email that pushes our primary service for each quarter. So right now, looking at Q2, we have our washing email going out. Q3 in July, August, we're going to have our painting email go out. And then October, we're going to have one go out for Christmas lights and gutter cleaning. Yeah. So it's just this like cadence that we follow that's worked really well.
Yeah. Because things change, marketplace changes, full gutters, that remains the same almost always. Maybe that's a punchline, but that brings us to number 2. So we've done our text and email. We're going to get 30% of that. You guys should be collecting deposits. That is a completely separate topic to go over. Neighborhood marketing.
Yep.
Okay. This is where, I guess, if you're listening to us, this is kind of what we're known for, right?
Yeah.
Neighborhood marketing, organic marketing, man. And maybe there's like 3 sub points. Like if you're going to be like, okay, home service owner, when you're neighborhood marketing, 1, 2, 3 are kind of the biggest priorities for you to focus.
Yeah, like the mindset, first of all, you want to become like the hero or the celebrity, like literally get famous in neighborhoods so that when you're walking through, you're the guy, you're the girl that does whatever. I think most home service business owners do a pretty crappy job of this, to be honest. No one knows who they are, right? They see their truck, they're like, okay, like we'll keep kind of an eye on this. We've never seen this truck before. When my trucks go into neighborhoods, I want the neighbors getting programmed. Revives here. And so a couple low-hanging fruit things. Number 1, we pop out this A-frame sign. It blows my mind how many contractors don't do this, right?
Yep.
$300 investment on Vistaprint. You've got a nice, high-quality sign right on the sidewalk, QR code to get a quote. That's going to show everyone, hey, Revive's in the house. We're taking care of this customer's.
Man, can I touch on that too? Because I was speaking with a gentleman who's been following us for quite some time, actually on Vancouver Island too, young kid, loves Hermosi, so we love that. Anyways, he's like, I finally invested in an A-frame sign. Within 10 minutes on the first job, he already got a lead that he closed.
Yeah. Not surprised, man. Like,
right?
They're easy tactics for me because I've been doing this for 15 years, but our space is run by a bunch of dinosaur like business owners, and God bless them, we love them, but that's why we exist, to give these simple shifts, right? So the A-frame is a huge one. Number 2 is like your vehicle is your mobile billboard. So whether you go decals, half wrap, full wrap, doesn't really matter to me. But just don't be showing up with a plain white van that we don't know. Are you carpet cleaning, landscaping? Are you putting a new roof on the house? Like, we want to know what you're doing. And so much, this is how passionate I am about this. In 2019, when we went 1 crew to 4 in a season, we wrapped all 3 vehicles right away. $12,000, just done, because I believed in it. that much. And when we changed from Revive Washing to services, we tweaked the vehicles again. So
Wow.
that's another one. You don't need a physical location. You need a killer website and you need a killer wrap on your vehicle, because that's going to get the most impressions around town and around the neighborhood. So you don't wrap it out of ego, you wrap it because it's going to put dollars in your bank account.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm going to caveat maybe that as well too. We had a gentleman post in the free school community. If you're not a part of it, we'll leave a link below. It's free, bunch of training, great stuff. He asked, do I need a website? And I replied with, like, what are we in 20, like in 2000? Like, of course you need a website. There's no dial-in, it's instantaneous. And he mentioned, well, I think I'm going to use Wix. I recommended him 180 sites. Everybody we've had that has that, just like Revive, it's like they're the best. But he was really kind of pushing back. He's like, I'd rather build it myself. And I said, here's the thing, and I want you to listen to this. If you're going to do it, or you already have a website like that you've kind of just mix matched together, in 1 year's time, when you actually get serious about this, you're going to have to create another website. So you're just wasting time now, and you're wasting time in the future instead of just doing it correctly right now. Because a website is your portal, the gateway to literally the world.
And it pairs with your truck wrap too, right? We've got like your storefronts online, your website. Your storefront in the real world is literally your vehicle on wheels. So like, invest a few $1,000s, and like, if I could wave one wand right now, Lennon, it'd be that entrepreneurs stop looking at dollars of costing and stabbing them in the heart, and more like investing. I put $3,000 in because I'm in this business for the next 10 years. I'm going to wrap this truck. It's going to do $300,000 a year for me. That's $3 million at 30%. That's $1 million in my back pocket. Go ahead, book the wrap. That's what I think about for everything in my life. It's not what's leaving. It's the wrong question. It's actually what's coming back. And that's how we need to frame up looking at our entire business.
Yeah. Man, I wish we could, again, Elon, if you're listening, I know you're not, but if you do, create something where you can transfer knowledge between people. That would save us a lot of headache, because I completely agree. I think last thing to touch on that as well too, really low-hanging fruit. This kind of comes back to getting people to know about you. You've heard us say this before, we're not going to break the bank, but the thing is that you listening are not doing it. It's 5 rounds, 10 rounds. So simple. Make time, schedule the job. Job's going to take you 3 hours, schedule 20 minutes at the end of it to ensure before you have to leave, you're doing that. It's because it's the small compound things. The donut I eat today isn't going to get me fat, but the donut I eat every day over 3 months, 90 days from what you start doing is when you start to see results, good or bad. Same thing with door to, like not even going door to door. Hanger, flyer, done. All cohesive brand. Go to your website, it's the same as your truck wrap, same as your flyer, right? All this kind of great stuff.
Yeah, it's so easy too to do it, guys. Like, it doesn't cost money. It takes like 10 minutes every job to go drop off 10 flyers to the neighbors. So again, you get the neighbors, they see your sign, they're going to see your truck, and then they're going to see something on their door. And chances are they might even talk to their neighbor. Like, quick point on this, man. I hired a car detailer. He's literally here right now cleaning my car. How I got him, he was at my neighbor's house and I saw he was doing a job. I went up and talked to them. He gave me his card. Later, my neighbor came by. Dave, did you steal my detailer? I said, no, I got a card. He said, the guy does fantastic work. You should hire him. He's here right now cleaning my car. So like, neighbors talk, guys. And like, the last point on this, if you don't live in a $1 million, multi-million-dollar home, have a high income, you're probably not your ideal customer. So you're probably approaching your business from like a poor tradesperson point of view. And so you need to grow out of that, and you need to actually learn how your ideal customers think. They talk to their neighbors. So like, this is a huge thing of neighborhood marketing. I think we leave our trucks out of the neighborhood, and we've not done a good enough job programming the neighbors for like, this was 10 out of 10. Let the neighbors talk, because I know I'm going to get some calls in.
Which, I mean, this is kind of a bonus point as well too. This is like a whole separate segment. Referrals. The only marketing source on planet Earth. We're trying to get more referrals. You're trying to get more referrals. Everybody is. This is how much it costs you. It is 100% pure profit. There's no customer acquisition costs associated with that. Plus, you have great trust and rapport, right? You heard that from your neighbor. You're like, boom, done. He's already in here. I don't really care about the price because he's great work. He's been referred to me, right? Same thing. So referrals. I'm not going to touch on that. Last point, Dave.
Last one. Drum roll. What is it?
Drum roll. Well, I want to caveat this, man, because we don't mean to be organic only, and maybe that's how we've portrayed ourselves, right? It's just we know that the low-hanging fruit is often missed because you're looking for the silver bullet up ahead on Mount Everest or whatever you will. This is paid ads. This is Google ads, Facebook ads, SEO. I don't really like Instagram ads, but again, maybe I'm dinosaur and old school Dave. No to TikTok ads too. You're not in the industry for that. Thoughts on paid ads? When should you start? What does it look like?
Yeah, I think first thing to address, we're the organic marketing guys because our program's 9 months and it takes guys about 9 months to dial in what we just rattled off these last 15 minutes. So you've got to build that base of the pyramid first because we don't want to coach you if you're building your entire business on paid ads, quite honestly.
Yep.
So you got to get solid firewood. You want to get that fire brewing. And then the paid is really like the gasoline on top of that.
Yes, exactly.
So you gotta build it properly. And really the paid ads is what we work with a lot of the guys in our growth program, the highest tier program we have. But the first thing is get ranking on Google and go with someone SEO is tough, man, because it's tough to measure, right? And we've worked with a few companies with SEO that have been less than stellar. But you got to be patient with this to get ranking on Google. So that, you got your organic on Google through SEO, but also looking at your LSA or your Google Guaranteed program has been huge for us this year. You get your little green check mark and you get ranking at the top of Google. So those would be, I wouldn't call them low-hanging fruit, but I would say once your organic is dialed and rolling, you want to really you want to lose sleep at night thinking, how do I get to that top spots in Google? And the last thing with this that's helped us a lot is just consistent reviews coming in.
Yes.
If you do neighborhood marketing right and you get leads coming in and you do a great job, those reviews popping in, that's the best way to get ranking on Google. You can do all the tactics with SEO you want, but just doing a freaking good job and getting those reviews pop in every single week. We've got some sweet scripting for that. That's a great way to get yourself top of Google.
Yeah, absolutely agreed. And with paid ads, it's I'd love to use this analogy, and you said it, pouring gasoline on the fire. You got to build the fire first, right? And everybody just thinks you throw some sticks on, light a match, right? If you watch Survivor, man, it's kind of like a guilty pleasure, man. Before I go to sleep, I'll watch these nature guy shows. It's just very calming. And they get their kindling first. They get it down. They start with a piece of birch to get the fire kindling, and then they slowly build it up and up and up and up before they're going to start to add any crazy logs onto it. And it's SEO and ads is trying to throw a log on and then throwing a match to it. It's there's fire and wood. Why isn't this lighting? You haven't built up the foundation. And it's the same thing. So agencies, I guess that this is such a big thing, and I don't want to, there's some good agencies out there, good agency owners out there, and I don't want to sit here and bash every single person, but the vast majority, the agency, you've got to find somebody who is in the industry. That is huge. Step one. Step two, you've got to taper your expectation, and you've probably had a calls with them and they're no results are guaranteed. Usually it's going to take 2 to 3 to 6 to even 9 months. That's why their contracts usually then, because they can't say anything right before that. Taper your expectations. It's not a silver bullet. It's not a golden goose. And the last point I want to caveat on this, you're on social media, you're on Facebook, you're in a Facebook group, you're on Instagram, whatever it is. How many ads do you see that you can't remember? You probably saw 50 to 60 ads yesterday across social platforms, YouTube, everything. How many of them do you actually remember?
100%.
It's just so much noise, and you're expecting, well, I'm spending $3,000 on Facebook, so I should. That's not how it is. And the only way we're stopping, I still remember this to this day. We're talking about limousines. Next thing you know, Boss Limousine comes up. The only reason why I remembered that is because for years I have been seeing their branded limousines driving downtown, people having fun. Real world connection, organic marketing like we're talking about. Then when I see them online, there's a register. And that ad was a year and a half ago. It wasn't even a good ad. I just remember that because I've seen that local brand in person.
It's so good, Len. And it's a add-on, guys, to multi-touch point marketing. I'll demonstrate another one. We have a $12,000 job we do every year for a multifamily community. And I remember booking this job probably 3 or 4 years back. And I was really asking, is this the strata president, we call them, right? The head of the board. And he's like, man, who's running the marketing here? His guy's name is Barry. He's like, I'm like, hey, I'm the owner. I'm running it. He's like, I had a marketing guy helping me too, so I had to give him some credit. And he's like, just so you know, I was scrolling through my phone the other night before I went to bed, and I saw a Facebook ad for Revive. He thought, oh, that's interesting. He's like, the next day I drove home and I saw one of your signs up in one of the boulevards by his school. He's like, then I called you. Now we're here getting a quote. And I'm like, okay, that's so cool to see the multi-touch point. And it dawned on me back then that the paid ads we're thinking is like this knight in shining armor. It's actually just like a jab, Gary Vaynerchuk, right? Jab, Facebook ad, Google ad, SEO plug, and then right hook, boom, I see your truck or I see a sign. So you got to look at like the overall strategy where it fits in and give it like the right context. So you can't just be seeing, oh, someone spent $900 on Facebook ads and booked a $12,000 job. It must work for me. There's a lot more like factors to consider.
Man, and just thinking on this here too, because like Tesla, they don't run ads. Like they don't, okay? They don't have to. It's all organic. Why? I saw Amazon bought MGM. Okay, the movie company, MGM Grant, like huge, right? Amazon just has that much money. Now, why would Amazon go into a streaming platform to compete with your Netflix, your Disney Plus, and all that kind of stuff? It's because they can put their name. That's it. Paid advertisement is in Amazon's the second biggest company on planet Earth, so they can afford to buy a studio. You can't afford to buy a studio. Paid advertisement is all about how much cash you can throw down as well too. Especially if you're trying to throw down as much cash without having any of these in-person type of things. And we're gonna Dave the guy. I'm listening to this. Oh, I spend $1,500 a month and I'm absolutely killing on Facebook ads.
Who said that?
Man, we're gonna have people that listen to this, right? So it's just like, okay, what are you telling that guy? Because I know what mine is like, you're an outlier. You're literally, your business is built on a house of cards, because as soon as you $1,500 and it's only a matter of time, look at the history of ads. They cost more every year. You're building your business on a house of cards. It's like when that turns off, when you have to spend double the money to get the same amount of leads, then what?
Yeah, man. And we've seen people too, like I think it's common in the home service industry for guys starting up is really relying on lead services as well, right? You're without saying names, I'm going to say names like Yelp, Angie's List, Home Advisor, right? We think like we get these leads as long as we call them quick. Well, they're selling leads to 5 other companies at least. And then it tends to just be really like a race to the bottom. So like you have a continuum of low quality leads all the way to high quality leads. And like, I just choose to build my business on that top third, like those highest quality leads that come from people predisposed to reading our reviews. They see our brand because we did one of their neighbors. They're a past client coming back to our schedule. Or we're getting referred from one of our strategic partners or referred from one of our clients. Those are like the best, right? Now we don't do lead services, but we'll run some paid ads when we're in busy season. We'll do our reps in the neighborhood. So like we got some home shows coming up next month. So all these things work to facilitate like growing the business holistically. But when we go all in and rabbit hole on like this one strategy is working, it's very scary. Like I would never run a business that only has one primary marketing strategy, especially when you're small. I would say you want to have a solid 5 channels that you can predictably say this makes the phone ring or brings the leads into our business.
Yeah, absolutely. And guys, maybe here's like another thing. It's just look like there's a million, probably a billion different businesses on planet Earth. Don't get so locked in on the home service space and like you get so all consumed that it's like, oh, well, this other company, they're in a different industry, so it won't work for me. The pride of this industry, the pride of the home service business owner, not all of you, obviously not, but like look to outside for inspiration on why referrals work, on paid ads work, how to get word of mouth going. Use other industries as inspiration to adapt. And like with the 9-month program, kind of what we've done. And we have the golden carpet. You don't have to think, how do I bridge this to this? We have it laid out. But at the end of the day, don't like, maybe this would be like the proven strategy for you. Don't get so locked in to the job, to actually, how do we do this thing, to the home service space. Look to others, because every CEO of major corporations ain't on the job, ain't shipping.
Yep.
They're focused on the bigger level tasks. We talked about 1,000 times, Dave.
Yeah. Well, you see successful business owners, like everybody starts on the tools on the truck. The key is like you're not staying there, right?
Yep.
And so just be cautious, I think, of the stories that you're telling yourself. Cost of living, recession, my clients don't have money. Like in your market or a neighboring market, there's someone absolutely killing it. And that's like a very sobering thought. So that's why we make content like this, so that you guys don't just listen to it and, oh, that was nice, but actually like tangible key takeaways. And then we also make this content because we want the top 2% of you to put your hand up and say, you know what? Instead of trying to figure all this out, I just want to get like a proven roadmap and I want to go. And that's like the people we've been bringing in our program now, man. They just want to go, but they're not stuck, right? Like we don't run any motivational calls here. It's just like, this is the roadmap. I want to go faster. One of our members said he joined because in 10 years, he's built Collapse Time. He's been with us like 2.5 years now. He's like, I wanted to do my decade goals in 2 to 3. I'm like, man, that's exciting.
Right. And it's like, it's such a proven theme and a common theme that's come out, right? How do we grow sustainably? So if that's you, schedule a call with me. You're looking, you're hearing me. That's who you're going to talk to on the phone, right? The second option, if you're like, you know, maybe you want to consume more content, maybe even a bit of an info junkie, it's fine. We love you all. Join our free school community there. We can send you the link. Should be below wherever you're watching or listening to this. Sign up. We do have to look at your application form here. And if you're not using it, we will kick you. So just use the stuff, right? And that's the biggest thing. But
God knows what? 600 people in that community.
Yeah, we're well over that, man. And whenever you're listening to this, we'll probably have a couple thousand.
Yeah,
that's the goal.
Final thoughts, man, on marketing. We hit the big 3, right? So take this as a bit of a checklist, guys. Like, are you texting and emailing your clients? If so, what are you saying, and how regular and how professional is that communication? 2, what are you doing to become a celebrity, borderline famous in your neighborhood? Throw out your TikTok, your Instagram. No one cares about having 100K followers. Like, how about you go get 100K followers in the neighborhoods where the affluent clients actually are that talk to each other, okay? And then lastly, when those are dialed, I would look at paid, and I would be extremely patient, but I would also start testing in your business this next year, looking at how I can actually invest a bit in my business, and also knowing that no one on planet Earth has actually figured out paid ads, to be honest. So I think it's supplementing your already burning fire. And when you approach it with that mindset, I think your expectations get not lower, but more just like realistic where they should be.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll leave you with a story.
Yeah.
Dave, and maybe this is a quote too. I think it was in the 30s and 40s. Man, there was like 25% of Americans brushing their teeth. Okay.
That's it?
That's it.
Wow.
So how do we solve this? Okay. Well, the reason why in 20 years, 80% of people brush their teeth, almost 100% now today, has nothing to do with the medical industry. It has all to do with the marketing industry. You know what they figured out?
What?
Mint.
They want to make it tasty.
Exactly. Fresh. There's nothing beneficial with that taste, but it's all for sensation, so that you feel clean, therefore you tell other people about it. It's that sensation, right? And marketers figured that out. So again, marketing is that huge that it can literally change a population's oral hygiene.
I love it.
But it's going to take time. And that's, I guess, maybe what I'll leave you with, is all these marketing efforts are going to take time. It's not a checklist, am I doing this? It's how well am I doing this? It's a continuum, not an and or, okay? And as we move out 25, 26, 27, surround yourself with the help that you need. Make sure every single person knows about you. And don't be afraid to be that annoying guy who owns a business, right?
Yeah. Promote, man. Yeah. You sounded like Hermosi there. It's not binary. It's a continuum. I love it.
Guys, schedule a call with me if you want. Dave, this was great. Hopefully,
brother.
Leave a comment. Share this with somebody in your local network, or maybe somebody you know on a Facebook group. We love to get the word out there. But everybody take care and have a good day.
See you guys.